and welcome to Tough Topic Thursday. Except we ain't having a tough topic today because yours truly was just not feeling it. I just didn't have the energy to do all that research and all that stuff. So, what we're going to do is something that I am that is really good at though and always prepared to do, and that is to answer your advice questions. So, what I'm going to do is ask that. Let me see, how did we do this last time? And it kind of worked. What I wanted to do was, like as people express an interest in asking a question, was to take them in order. So, mods, if you could kind of help me keep track, I'll try to keep a list here as well. And then I'll be calling on the people, um, in the order that they ask the question. So that way, it'll be fair. Everybody try to keep your questions succinct. Remember, this is only a 90-minute show. We can't be waiting around for you to type 9,000 words on the thing. Um, yeah, I'm doing better. My neck still hurts. I got in that car accident a couple of weeks ago. I just jacked me up. And but one of my clients gave me this little sample of something called CBD cream, and it's supposed to be, help kill pain using cannabis. And it's a legal thing. I mean, it's not like you smoke it or anything, but just rub it on your skin, and it's supposed to help relieve pain. So I'm gonna be trying this little sample tonight, and if it works, then I'm gonna be getting me some. I'll tell you that. Because taking like all these like drugs, I mean, it tears up your stomach, and you can't drink when you take those things, and it fucks up your liver and your kidneys. So I mean, it's I need my wine, and so this is kind of a problem. So this might be the solution I've been looking for. So we'll see. Massage, yeah, but then you have to go to them, and now my car is all fucked up. I'm gonna, I don't know. I'm just slow about making a decision about what I want to do. Do I want to fix it? Do I want to, like, go into debt and get a new one? What I'm gonna do. I haven't decided yet. So it's still kind of up in the air. But let me start off the show. It's only temporary. Well, even if y'all here, they have different strengths. Yeah, no, I've been walking around with one of them masks on like I'm, in Asia with the bird flu or something. And black folks not everybody trying to be a G. So I'm the only one walking around with a mask on my face that's black. Everybody else is looking at me like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Shit, I'm not trying to have my lungs full of debris." I would wear it. I happily had that little ugly white mask on my face. Wore that shit all day. Every time I went outside, because the air is just like it's just it's. And this is the second big smoky fire thing that we've had this year, which is unusual. I grew up in San Francisco in California, and I don't remember ever having two big fires like this in one year, just a few months apart. So this is the first as far as I can recall, and you know, we'll see. But I wanted to start off the show. Yeah, we're doing advice questions. And, you guys, if the mods could kind of help me, keep them in order, or like sometimes people, they don't type that fast, so they type part of it, then you got to wait for the second part. I kind of got lost last time. I noticed that I got, distracted by other questions that came in, which wasn't fair to the person just because they can't type 100 words a minute like me. That's not fair. But we'll see. But I wanted to tell you, I found something online, honey, that was posted on October 11th of this year. And it says, "No men required." This is a catchy little title. "No men required. Australian women will be able to have babies without males within 2 decades," says a fertility expert. While you guys get your questions together, I'm going to just talk about this because this shit flipped me out. And he says that it's Dr. David Malloy, and he said it would be possible with breakthroughs in fertility technology. His comments came after baby mice were recently born to two rat mothers in China. And he said pregnancies will no longer need the input of males in the future thanks to the advancements in fertility technology. Now remember how they was all gloating in the MGTOW people talking about, yeah, yeah, there's gonna be an artificial womb, and we won't need you women, and nah. And the bottom line is, you can't make it no baby motherfucker unless you have an egg from a woman. I don't give a fuck. So this is like they're talking about, that women won't need sperm. So this is kind of interesting. And so then he says, at present, though, in Australia, the ethics committees and legal prohibitions would put a stop to the process in humans. But Dr. Malloy feels that attitudes will change over time. And he says um, he feels like it'll be possible to fertilize an egg with a set of half chromosomes and targeted gene editing. And he said that wait, where's that part I read that was really kind of creepy? Hold on a second. Oh, okay. He said that this could spell hope for gay couples who want their own children with, their own DNA. And then the mice had these babies, right? And the babies were healthy, and they went on to have healthy babies of their own. So I thought, okay, because that's always the question for me, okay, that works for now, but what about next, couple of generations? Are we gonna start seeing some weird defects or something? But honey, listen to this shit here. Uh, mice from two fathers, okay, those were the ones with the two mothers, okay, those were healthy, their children were healthy, everything was good. However, they said mice from two fathers were also born, but survived only 48 hours, with some sporting, and I quote, gruesome genetic mutations such as super long tongues and oversized bodies. Can you imagine looking at some shit like that? I would give me the willies forever. But anyway, I just thought that, this was really interesting, and they're going to be promoting it for same sex couples who want to have children with their own DNA. And I thought, wow, so that, for lesbians, it probably would work better than for gay males, noting the defects when the two male chromosome things got together. That didn't seem to work too well. But I just thought I would share that. It was something interesting. Let me put on my glasses so I can read this chat screen. Okay. Yeah, the defects are always, yeah. Yep, they were able to make them without sperm. They used half chromosomes from each female and put them together. It's very interesting. I'm very curious to see how this is gonna work. But they right now they can't test it in humans, not legally, but they're gonna be sneaking to do some shit. Okay, so anybody got a question? Let's start with the questions. What is your burning question for me on your relationship or an issue that you've observed with a friend? It doesn't have to be about you, you know, asking for a friend. Or it could be something, I don't know, maybe you saw something online and you want to get my take on it about relationships or something, a video, a meme, whatever. Whatever, this is your time. This is a 90-minute free for all on dating and relationships. Yeah, we women have XX, men have XY. And what is the Y? It is a defective X where a little chunk of it has fallen off. That's why they be all fucked up. That's why baby boys have the highest infant mortality rate and the most learning disabilities and the most birth defects, all in males. I don't know if you know that, but that's scientifically proven. You can look it up. I'm not making that up. Baby girls are much stronger and healthier babies, and they tend to live longer. That's why women live longer than men, and they just have less health problems, all kind of stuff. You have a question after the squad? Well, somebody need to go first. Who's going first? Ain't nobody. Everybody's being all shy. Okay, here we go. I'm too lazy to date. Do you think attending dating mixer events are worth going to? Are they safe? Online dating scares me. Well, I mean, the risk. is, I think, slightly different because the person is actually there in person. And depending upon the organization that's hosting the event, sometimes they ask for information like driver's license number and, other IDs and stuff so they can kind of get an idea who you are. You sign a waiver that they can investigate you if they so choose to. It's some events. It depends on, like I said, the organization. But I think anytime a single woman gets out the house and goes and, interacts with the opposite sex, if that's what you're looking for, go do it. I mean, what's it gonna do? You put on your dress, you get your nails done, you go out and you dance and have a good time. It's no problem. Just, use good common sense, the same as you would online. Don't be giving out your address. Don't be telling folks your work where you work. You just say, "Oh, I'm in the telecommunications industry. I work for, major computer company. I work for a law firm. I work for an investment banking firm. I work for an accounting firm." Something vague and shit like that. You don't be telling people you don't know all them details about. You just met them at some mixer. You have to be a little cagey there. They can know your first name. They don't need to know the last. Stuff like that. And I'm telling you, get you a Google phone number. And if you decide somebody you want to screen them a little bit more, you give them that number. Okay, and he can always reach you on that. You can set it up on your phone like mine. It rings to my phone and I can answer it, or my real number rings to my phone and I can answer it, or I, mostly choose not to answer either one of them. I'm not really a phone person. Okay, but I understand what she's talking about. She got, well, you should go. You know what? Go, girl, go. Take notes and come back and tell us what happened, okay? See, I can't do everything myself, but I like to live vicariously through other people that do stuff. So you tell me all this, just be alert and watch all the shit that goes down and keep your, be ear hustling so you can hear conversations. Come back and tell me. This is exciting. I'm going to give it a go. Your spirit will be with me. Yes, honey. Yes. I'm telling you, it should be all right. Just look at it as research. And if you look at it that way, you're going with a whole different attitude because you're going because you want to report back to me, right? So you're going to talk to everybody. You're going to get all the dirt, the scoop, and everything else. And then you're going to come back and tell us, okay? Someone in a Facebook group asked the women if the women are willing to date single fathers on Section 8. Most women said yes. I said hell no. What do y'all think? Oh my God, them are some desperately desperate and lonely bottom of the barrel scraping folks. Um, if he got kids and he's on Section 8 as a man, that means his money is real funny. Because, men usually make more than women. And so, how you gonna qualify for Section 8 as a man? What you doing? Where your money at? What kind of job do you not have that you get section that you qualify as being so low income that you qualify for Section 8 as a man? I think as I was a dude, I would be embarrassed unless I was handicapped or something. You know what I mean? A senior, injured in the war. I mean, there would have to be a reason. But a healthy, able-bodied man with all his mind working and everything like that, he don't have no mental or physical disabilities, who is on Section 8, that's not really, dude, come on now. I mean, you need to be hitting it. How you gonna be like having the respect of women as a man, and that's the ticket that you done punched. I don't know how that would work. I would be kind of questioning, what's going on with him. Okay, how do I get my sister to leave nignogs alone? Have you had her listen to some of these videos? I mean, just hearing these women's experiences on the Advice Tuesdays. Oh my God! I mean, but you got to remember too that some women, just like the ones that said that they would date the dudes on Section 8, some women have very low standards. And so if you have very low standards, then you pretty much just take anything as long as it's breathing and got a pulse. So, I mean, until she feels like she deserves better than your basic nignog, then that's all she's gonna want to be involved with because she doesn't feel like she deserves better. She doesn't feel like she's quality enough to have a better man. And so that's kind of the issue. So somebody says, I want him to move the fuck out now, immediately. But he won't leave. I'm actually sleeping in the guest room right now because he won't even leave the bedroom. Oh, well, what you have to do is find out what it is to do, what you have to do in your municipality, because some of they have different, landlord tenant kind of situations and rights and handlings of cases and this and that. But most likely you're going to have to serve him eviction papers, and then he's going to have whatever the time the law allows in your municipality to, do the court date and file his response and man. So I mean, this shit could drag out for months. I understand you want him to move out, but see what the laws are, because you might be in an area where you could give his ass a 3-day notice and then toss his shit out on the street. That's how it used to be here back in the good old days. But then they had all these tenant right things, and so you know now they can drag that shit out for months. But find out what the deal is at your, where you live, and then immediately file the papers and have him served. That's what you do. How do you deal with feuding relatives over the holiday? Oh, what kind of feuding? How about you just don't go? That's my solution. I don't want to be bothered. I just don't like drama. I just don't. I mean, I have think of all the drama I deal with here, and this is my profession. Why would I go somewhere where I'm not supposed to be? I'm not. It's not work for me. I'm getting. I mean, it's supposed to be relaxation, peace, and happiness, and I got to deal with some drama there too. Where do I get to escape the drama? So your spirit needs a resting place, a place of calm where you can recharge your batteries, where there's happy joy, love, and giggles and laughter and stuff like that. And if you can't, there's no place you can go with family or by yourself. You work or so like that, and you're going to constantly be bombarded with drama. I mean, that has going to have a psychological effect on you, most likely causing anxiety and depression, sleeplessness, weight gain, skin breakouts, heart palpitations, high blood pressure. I mean, there's all kind of stuff that manifests as stress if you don't get a chance to, have some downtime. So, I mean, if you got relatives that are going to be acting foolish, then call up some of your friends and then say, "Can I come over there for Thanksgiving?" And then you go over there. Just because it's a holiday, you don't have to spend it with your family. There is no law that says that. Honey, let me tell you, I be avoiding my folks sometimes because they get on that tip, and I'm like, "Are you coming, cousin? Nope. Are you coming, Deb? Nope. I got other plans." And I don't have no problem telling them that. Okay, Yvette says 7 months dating a nice guy. We text every day and video chat every day. He only visits me once a week. I'm curious what's going on. He wants to take it slow. He's 52 and I'm 50. Okay, for 7 months, once a week? Does he live outside the area or something? I mean, what's this about? What's this once a week? That's extremely casual dating and leaves plenty of room for him to be doing something with other people. Now, if that's fine, you dating other people too, then it's no problem. Y'all get together when you want to and not when you please. I mean, it's no big deal. Now, when he comes over for that once a week, is he tapping that ass? I mean, what's going on here? You being all vague and cryptic. I need more information. So he comes over. What's he coming over? What y'all doing? Where you going? What's happening? What would it be like? I need more details, so please post them below. Princess Z says, please talk about how black women have to put up with so much shit from men to get a ring. On Facebook, there's talk about a gospel singer who accepted outside kids. Oh, you talking about that? Somebody posted about that on the wall, I think. Wasn't her name Man or something? I'm not really into gospel music. Actually, I hate it. And I don't do church, so I don't really keep up with that stuff either. But after this person mentioned it, was that you, Princess? I don't remember who it was. I went and, I did a quick Google so I could see what was going on. And girlfriend is the size of, she's a big girl. So, sometimes when people have that kind of problem, their self esteem is low. She doesn't feel, very attractive or whatever. I mean, she looked very well put together and stuff from the pictures I saw. I couldn't tell you what they sang. I don't know nothing about either one of them. But I'm just talking about what I saw today, even looking at some pictures in Google Images. And I know plenty of women, older women, Southern women who had husbands, had babies outside of marriage. These ladies are, like in their 70s and 80s and stuff now. But when they were younger, that's what happened. And they, just stayed in the marriage and dealt with it. One of the women, the little boy, his mother died, so her husband went and got the kid because I mean it was his kid, and brought it to live with his wife and his other kids. And she, you know, I mean, she has a spirit of gold because she did not hold it against the child what the mother and her husband did, because it wasn't the kid's fault. The kid came from that situation, but the little boy was sweet. He just loved her to death. To this day, he pays more attention to her, does more for her, calls her more often, gives her better gifts, is more attentive, and everything else than her own kids that came out of her uterus. This little boy, well, okay, he's not a little boy anymore, but I mean, this man loves her because he knows she did not have to do what she did for him. He is so grateful. And I mean, he seemed like a really nice guy every time I've ever seen him, you know. But because this is a woman, she's married to my uncle. You know, after all this happened, they got married. Her kids was adults by the time they got together. But you know, he's been at a few family, you know, dinners and whatnot, and I met him, and he seemed like a decent dude. So I mean, how he started is not his fault. So I can understand from that perspective. Okay, but that's one time. That's a mistake. You got two kids, nigga. What you doing? Two? So see, that means it's just to him, like my grandfather used to say, once is a mistake, accident, whatever he said, once and but twice is a habit. And so, dude, you know, he got a habit of just fucking around having kids outside of his marriage on his wife. And I don't know what, you know, I don't know enough about her to really comment on it. But I just wonder what's going on in women's minds when their husband repeatedly does something like that, violates the vows of the marriage, you know, destroys their trust, breaks their heart, you know, injures the other children that he has with his wife, you know, because now they know what's going on. I mean, it's altogether just a bad thing. And the man is just like a jerk. He's just an asshole. It's like, how you treat your people that you claim to love like that? I don't get it, but you know, that's just me. So that's my comment. You ain't dating no single fathers on Section 8? No, me either. Okay, she gonna be my Connie Chung. Okay, this will be real interesting. I can't wait to hear all the tea. Yeah, everybody's like, hell no, fuck no. Yeah, so you know, like I said, this little boy came there. I mean, he was. I'm sure it was a situation he wasn't comfortable with either. He was like 5 when his mom died, and so you know, I mean, most of his life, you know, he doesn't even really remember too much about his real mother. His mother is, you know, well, she's my aunt, my uncle's wife. That's who he considers to be his mother, because that's you know all he's known. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's what I think too, Early. He just means he's not really trying too hard. You know, he's just complacent. And I don't know. I don't think I could have much respect for a guy like that unless, like I said, he was a veteran and he was injured in a war, or he had, you know, some other kind of like a work related accident, or some, you know, he had some kind of causative factor that was credible for why he can only do reduced type of work, or his limited movement or something like that. Um, but then you know you run into a whole other thing. It's like, okay, well, you know, does your back work, does your dick work? I mean, let's just get down to the nitty gritty here. You know, what am I gonna have to be giving up to be with you in your Section 8 housing with your brats? I'm like, you know, I don't know, I'm just not willing to make all those sacrifices. And if I were on Section 8, you know, I wouldn't expect any man to make it for me either. So my shit is equal. You know, I'm not, you know, I mean, I've went through shit, you know what I mean? My life hasn't always been as gravy as it is now. It's been, you know, here. And when I was in the low points, you know, I didn't date anybody. I wasn't looking for nobody to date me because I needed to concentrate my energies on getting back up here, you know. And, you know, shit happens. You can't always control what happens to you in your life. You do the best you can, but, you know, shit just happens. And, you know, all your energy needs to be focused on, you know, recovering from what happened and getting back to where you were. And for me to be dating, to be that's like diluting my energy because I can't concentrate all on myself. Now I got to think about you too, and your problems and your dick and what you want and your feelings and all stuff. See, I don't want to do all that. I need to concentrate 150,000% on what I need to do for myself and my, you know, my daughter at the time. And That's how I feel about men are in that kind of situation. It's like if I'm gonna handle myself like that, I'm gonna have the same expectations of you. I'm not gonna be sitting up there looking like I need to be dating anybody. My ass is, going through some trauma and drama. Mm-mm. I'll check you out when I get to the other side of this shit here. Because I never stayed in it for long, but it did happen. I just want everybody to know that I've been through some shit too. Starting with when my husband died. I was 29 years old. And so it's like, who expects something like that to happen? That shit threw me for 20,000 loops. I'm telling you, I don't know if I ever recovered from that, to tell you the truth, but I did the best I can. Okay, Linwood Work says, I'm getting all cute for my birthday and going out this weekend. Good for you. I like being single, but I know I'll get approached. I have had such horrible experiences in relationships that I almost can't stand men. Well, you're not the only one. But this when you're going out for your birthday, okay, watch your drinks. Okay, watch your drinks. Be very careful about men being, trying to ply you with drinks. And let me tell you why. When a woman and they find out it's your birthday, they instantly think she gonna want some birthday dick. Okay, so that to them is like an opportunity that they need to make sure they avail themselves on, especially if you come out and you're single. I'm telling you, it's like it's. I don't want to tell you not to tell them it's your birthday, but just be careful who you give that information to. So, you dance, you have a good time. He says he wants to buy you a drink or something. If you want him to, you go to the bar with him and then you get it from the bartender into your hand. Don't you let him go over there and get you shit and bring it to you. No, don't do that. See, I didn't even trust my boyfriends to do that shit. I didn't trust nobody. You ain't giving me, if my drink don't come from the waitress or the bartender where I'm seeing the shit happen, then I'm not drinking that. Okay, same with any food that you eat. So just be careful. Have yourself a good time. Dance and shut and get keep yourself in control, and then take your little happy ass back home so you can come here next week and tell me all about what you did for your birthday and what kind of clowns you met. I like those stories. Okay, so men make more. Well, yeah, generally they do. I mean, the only time they don't is maybe if you have like a government job where they have certain steps and everybody is that grade or at that step makes the same amount of money because they all had the same position because it's controlled by the union. You know what I mean? So everything is regimented. That would be the only time that they do not. But once you go into the private sector where people can, set your salary whatever they want to, you get that. Don't mention those names in here, Van. Come on now. Okay, Lady Boss. Oh, she's saying hi. Thank you, Deb. Yeah, girl, just have fun. Enjoy yourself. Oops. Uh oh, what did I click? Yeah, it was a lot to deal with, girl. I'm telling you. It was a lot. Okay, I gotta scroll up. I was talking and I missed a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. Uh, yeah, I haven't given up on men, but I just don't waste much time with them. When they start, acting stupid. So the show, let's see, we're gonna do that show this weekend. The reason I want to do it on the weekend because I want it to be like a 2 hour show because I want to be able to, take time and talk to you guys and stuff. During the week, I get tired and so I have to go to bed. But I could sleep in and then I could get up and then we could just talk and talk and talk and talk. And people can come and go and it'll be all good. So that's why I want to do the vetting show on the weekend. Okay, I'm still scrolling up. Wow, look at all this stuff up here that I missed. What happened? Okay, here's some. I don't know how far. I've been dating a 40-year-old woman for a year. She has two children, 17 and 8. Woo, that's a big difference. All live with her mom and boyfriend and his twins. Wait, what? Which are 13. Her 8-year-old boy is bad as hell. Your video on bad kids motivated me to leave. Oh, honey, child, yes. You should have been. Soon as you walked into that environment and did that $6 million man, thing, ding, 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 that little sound that it makes. Well, he's like eyeing shit. and you saw them damn kids and a boyfriend, everybody packed in one house and all that, the kid being bad, you supposed to go whoosh, right back out the door. Nah, I don't blame you. I'm glad I was able to help you make that decision because no, you don't want to deal with no badass kids. And 13-year-old boys, 13-year-old twins. Okay, no, that's too many fucking kids. Kids, no. They're okay, like in limited doses. I used to be one. You know, what can I say? I'm just not really a fan of a whole bunch of kids being in when they make too much noise and they move too much. I want them to sit your little narrow ass down somewhere and be quiet. But I'm very noise sensitive, and so I don't do well around a lot of kids. I could never be like an elementary school teacher or something. I would lose my mind. She recently contacted me asking would I go to counseling with her and her son. I said no. Were you wrong? No, sir, you were not. Let me tell you why. Because you seem to be conflicted and having some guilt about it. And I want you to know I'm on your side on this, okay? Number one, if she wanted to have a man in her life, she was supposed to take care of raising her children, especially her son, in a manner that would make him tolerable to other people. You let your sons run buck wild and then you want to bring a man in to, kind of be in that situation. That's not going to work. Okay, he wants to see you having control of your kids and the kids being mannerly and respectful and doing their chores and not mouthing off and not acting a fool in school and stuff like this because they don't have confidence in you as being a woman that has some strength and some morals and some strong values and family, important how important her family is to her, and that she's focused on raising a young black male who's going to be an asset to his family and his community. Okay. Now, if you got some badass son that you just let run wild, then you as a mother are failing. Because you ain't doing none of the things I just mentioned about making your son be an asset to somebody. Instead, he's like a fucking albatross around not only your neck, but the whole neighborhood. He's going to be terrorizing everyone. Okay, now I personally can't stand little motherfuckers like that, and they mothers get on my fucking nerves too. So, for you to, you're not tied to this woman. You guys already broke up. There's no reason for you to go to counseling. If she want to go to counseling, she need to go to counseling with his daddy and say, okay, why ain't you in your son's life and checking this boy and raising him up to be something? Why do I have to try to do it all by myself? But he's 8 years old. She already had a 17. What the fuck was she doing having another damn baby anyway? You was all you. She was only a year from being free, and now she's trapped with a monster. Mm-mm. So no, you're not wrong. You did exactly the right thing. Take care of yourself and don't waste your time with women who do not have what you need to see in a woman, which is some strength and some kind of family values and morals that are in line with yours. That's called vetting, and we're going to be talking about that this weekend. So you did a very good job. Good job. Okay, your aunt found out she had a baby because her the daughter found contacted them. Damn. Yeah, he ain't married to her, so it's like you don't owe her shit. I'm like, how does a Google number you don't answer protect you more than a regular number you don't answer? Because it's not your real number. Google is in the cloud. Okay, so it's you don't really. I mean, unless you direct it to your phone, you don't ever answer it. And it has, it has an announcement. So you set it up so that the person has to tell you who they are before you accept the call. So if it's somebody you don't want to talk to, you don't answer the call. And if you don't set that part up, then they will always go to voicemail. And then you can retrieve your messages later. You can retrieve them on the internet, or you can retrieve them through your phone, with like accessing the voicemail, just like you do like at work or whatever. And so the person never has your real phone number. Okay, so if they get out of pocket, you just change your Google number. You don't have to change your real number, and there's no way for them to contact you because all of your information is kept private. Okay, there's no address associated with the account like your cell phone thing. No address, no credit cards, all that personal stuff is not connected with a Google number. It's perfect for single women. Okay. Some women say they don't care if a man cheats as long as she getting the money and the house is all set. Well, I mean, that's their value system. I mean, if that's what's important to them, the material things, then yes, that is how they would feel. I'm not gonna knock it. I mean, I'm just saying that's how they feel. That works for if it works for them, then I'm happy for them. They happy, I'm happy for them. Oh, Linwood says she's so happy. I felt so bad because it was one nog after another. Oh, yeah. Now you got to roll them in and roll them out, honey, like that show that used to be on TV called Rawhide. I remember seeing that when I was a little kid. My uncle and my daddy used to sit up there and watch that shit. It was like in black and white or something. And it was called Rawhide. I couldn't tell you who was in it or nothing. I just remember some cowboy kind of show. And, my dad's from Texas. So, his family had a farm and stuff. So all that, them animals and shit, that was all familiar to him. And he was just right at home looking at that. But I remember that, the song had something in there, some line about roll them in, roll them out, little doggy or something. And that so when I think about how many men I just be like next, 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 roll them in, roll them out. Okay, let's see what else is going on here. How to deal with other black people who question your blackness because you're not having kids from everybody you sleep with. What you mean? How you deal with them? You cuss them out. Say nothing, motherfucker. What I look like a fucking mammy slave? I'm just gonna be breeding for every motherfucker that rolls through the door? Just cause that's some shit you wanna do, that don't mean that everybody's stupid like you. I mean, well, who does that? Except some, I mean, that makes no goddamn sense. You don't have no money. You ain't doing shit with your life, but you fucking, all you do is fucking breed a goddamn bunch of babies? I mean, what kind of accomplishment is that? I knew this girl. I met this girl. Oh my God. This little girl was 24 years old and had already had six babies. She didn't have custody of none of them. None of them. And so I'm like, why don't you get your tubes tied or something? I'm thinking, shit, get a fucking hysterectomy to make sure you don't fuck up again. And she was just looking at me. She's like, I like being pregnant. I'm like, okay. What you gonna say to that? Something was wrong with her though. She had like this emptiness in her eyes. I think she was horribly sexually abused as a child. But there was something. I mean, she just looked empty. Her eyes. There was. It was. She was. She had some problems. Okay, let me see. Yeah, it's cause I'm all the way the fuck out. Oh, just like, cause I have other things to do with my time other than breed like a fucking bunny rabbit. That's why. You having a bunch of nappy-headed, snot-nosed rug rats. Who does that? Yeah, that hope, honey. Hope is just the will fuck you up. Okay, I'm scrolling down. Yeah, I like to answer the stupid questions though, but see, I like to. But that's because I'm evil. I like to answer stupid questions because I like to just clown people. It makes me laugh at them. It makes me feel like you're so dumb that I can say anything to you, but I want to hurt your feelings from now into 2025. That what I'm going to tell you is going to hurt your feelings that long. And it's like you have no comeback. There's nothing you can say because you would want to ask a stupid question. So there's the gate, right, to close to the stupid questions, or is it open to the stupid question? In which case you open the gate. I stroll through, and I'm gonna clown you until I get tired. So I mean, what you want me to do? You shouldn't have said that. He said, "What? I put my wife through 8 years of pain, and she gave birth to me, and I bet you bitches was applauding to that shit. She went through more pain with me. Oh, and like he's bragging about it. She need to be stabbed in the eye. Yes, it was a lot to deal with, Kimber. You rebuked him, Lady Boss. She's like, I put some X's up on that motherfucker. That's what she really want to say. Wow, that's just sad. I don't know. He should have been down to garbage disposal. That just don't make no damn sense. In 8 years, what's just wrong? What's wrong with her? She must be a masochist. Yeah, thanks, Van. Grown man has another question. I thought I already got his question. I'm scrolling down. I'm trying to play catch up. Yeah, I'm starting a page, grown man. I'm starting a page on Facebook. Actually, I started, but I haven't really put anything on it yet. I'm starting a page called Auntie Deb's Relationship Advice. Since all y'all call me Auntie Deb now, I thought, oh, this is so cute. So I got on the little Facebook and so I'm gonna start putting some stuff there. Maybe let people post questions there. I haven't quite figured out what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I did start it, and because I have my Miss Heartbeat page there, but I don't really do anything with it, so I think I'm gonna close that and just start using the Auntie Deb page, and delete that other one. Uh oh, okay. Thanks, Van. See, Van be on it. Google Voice doesn't work in Canada. Well, they must have some other kind of things. Skype. You can get a Skype number. I'm not sure how it works. I just got one, but I haven't used it yet. But I want to use it for this. That's what I got it for. They turn a blind eye to a lifestyle, and that's true. And you know what happens a lot of times? There's two ends of the spectrum there. There's women who were deprived as children who are so hungry for those material things because they never got it. And then there's women who've always had it who want to continue having it. Okay, so there's really two ends of the spectrum there. What I find is when a woman is the kind who has never had it before and she gets it, she will tolerate anything to keep it. I mean, get her ass kicked. Threesomes, a man move another woman up in the house. He have a girlfriends galore. I mean, what? As long as he keep paying them bills, he keeps paying that mortgage. He keep paying that car note so she can drive that Benzo around or whatever she got. Paying them private school tuitions, buying that bling. Then she's like, I don't give a fuck what you do. I just want my stuff because that's what means a lot to her because she never had it before. It's something she's always wanted, and it's just kind of odd to see. Oh, somebody else square. Okay, let me scroll down and try to find. Yes, she has 6 kids. Whatever that is. Well, they don't give you welfare out here. You get it. I don't know in a certain number of years, and then I think it's two, and then or maybe three, and then you got to go get a job. And you can't do that lifestyle shit here in California. They don't do that. We're not talking about him anymore. Always true. You need racial advice? Okay, somebody 88. Type it your question in there. Okay, Truth Seeker says, I wasted many years of my life on my ex. He refused to work hard and get his life together. He's 31 now and still struggling. I'm about to finish the doctorate. Get it, girl. Get it. That's what I'm saying. Oh, I already answered his question. Okay, good. That's what I'm saying, Truth Seeker. That's just like kick them dusties to the side and get you go on something. You started. Oh, Deb taught me. Oh, that's a good hashtag. Check that out, Van and Lady Boss. That's a good hashtag, Betty. I do that on Twitter and see what people have to say. Dial pad, is that a number one? Okay, I never heard of that, but hey, if it works the same as Google, that's the whole goal is to put a barrier up between the real world and your private life. Okay, that's the goal here. You do not give out your number, your real number, to every clown you meet. The women work hard and the guys are lazy as hell. Yeah, it's like the women overperform and the men underperform. And it has a lot to do with these guys having this false sense that, women are, that every woman wants a man and that he can just be anything and be, or nothing at all. And that women are going to still want him. And so he doesn't have to do anything because, he's going to get the same benefits regardless, which is a place to live, some hot food on a plate, and sex. That's all they looking for. So, you got a woman who, is all enamored of the fact that she, quote, got a man, no, not totally ignoring the fact that the dude is low quality. Then I mean, but a lot of women are still under, especially black ones, under that thing where they gotta have a man or there's something wrong with them. They take the stuff seriously about that's why you single and you gonna have cats and you hit a wall. The favorite MGTOW sayings. And they get all affected by that shit instead of saying, look, motherfucker, your ass ain't married either. So, and you know, the way your face looking, you done hit 10 walls, so you need to shut up talking about somebody. For living in the matrix, that's funny. Thanks, Lady Boss, because I couldn't find the question. Moving in with a man before marriage, what's your opinion, yay or nay? I know I'm old fashioned, but I'm a nay. It's a couple of weekends, maybe a week or two at a time. Let me just put it that way. Because when you live with, and I can speak from experience because I've done both, okay? And I can tell you that the way that women are socialized, when you do a move in thing, there's a certain amount of roles that you will automatically assume. Why do you assume them? Because he assumes, just like you, he's been socialized just like you, to think of these things as women's work. And you not knowing, what's happening here, not really being cognizant of it, you just so happy, you living with this dude that, you start doing all the dishwashing and the vacuuming and the bathroom cleaning and the grocery shopping and most of the cooking and the sweeping and the mopping and the laundry and all the stuff. And before you know it, you playing housewife to a man that you're not married to. Some of you even take it up to the next level and have a damn baby. Others of you go real stupid and you buy some property. And all of this where you ain't married and you don't have no legal protections whatsoever fucking ever with this man. I don't know. I'm not down with that. It's like this is the thing when I talk about, well, women have to decide what it is that you want. If you want to be a wife, then you don't live with a man. It's that simple. If you don't care, you just want some convenient dick and some companionship when you want it, then you can live with them. But if you have it, like I keep telling you guys, and I know I went through this detail just the other day, have a plan for your life, and you do not deviate from your plan. I don't care what the fuck comes down the pike, who comes down, what game they throw at you, what rap they hit at you. If you know that that's not what you want to be married. You want to have a family, you want to be Mrs. So and so with your kids and all that stuff, then you hold out for that. And you don't give in and give him what he wants, which is wifely privileges, husbandly privileges rather, with getting treated like you married to him, and he ain't married. He hasn't taken the steps to make you his wife. Fuck that motherfucker. Don't you dare move in with him. That's my saying. I wouldn't do it. So, unless, like I said, you don't really want to get married and you just, want to fuck around and then it's convenient and it saves you money, okay, then you can do it. But if you really have yourself focused on being married and being somebody's wife and having your children within the confines of marriage and all of that stuff, then do not ever move in with a man. Don't ever, ever play yourself like that. Don't do it. Yeah, I read about her dying today. They found her dead. She probably had a heart attack or something. Yeah, feed the dudes buying them stuff. I saw that in the store the other day. She's a lady was buying, they shopping at the discount store, right? Because I like to go in there because they have stuff in there, like all the vegan stuff. Sometimes they get in there, it's half the price that it is at Whole Foods, and I'll be filling my freezer up. So I'm in there, right? I'm buying some stuff, and this nog is in here with this white girl, right? He all cart full of shit. Not only did she pay for it, she bagged it. He was just standing there. I hate that shit. I hate when a man is with a woman and he's just standing there, even a teenage boy with his mama, and you don't make your son bag the fucking groceries. You had to let him just stand around and you bag him, or you both of you stand around and make the clerk do it. That's bullshit. Put that little motherfucker to work. Plus, it makes the line go faster. Everybody can get out of there faster. Make your sons do something. If his ass is tall enough to see over that counter, which they can do in about 9, 10 years old, he needs to be reaching up there and putting some shit in a bag and then putting it in a cart. And he needs to take it out of the cart, put it in the car, and then he needs to take it out of the car and bring it into the house. Make your sons do something. You guys spoil these boys. They just as useless as tits on a bull. Oh, I think somebody's supposed to be waiting on them hand and foot. Fuck that. You don't do some work around here, you ain't eating. That's my rule. Even I treat my daughter like that. We're not doing that. You gonna contribute some shit to this household. Hypnotic voice bullshit. Oh yes, honey. Ooh, that's really dangerous. How can we stop the epidemic of dusties? Well, as this comes down to mothers, you can't stop all of it because even if you teach your son the best things possible, once he gets outside that house, he's going to be influenced by other men, especially if his daddy's not around. He's going to be looking for that. All boys seem to be followers. They need that male. They need some male to emulate. If they don't have a good male to emulate, then they will emulate fools. And so, as a mother, he's gonna reach an age, usually it's around 14, where all the good things that you've taught him, all the wonderful values, he's gonna put them to the test, and it's gonna be, you got to really stay on them at that age. You got to stay on their ass, get him involved in sports, do stuff like that that's gonna give him like a different view of the world. Involve him in kung fu or some foreign language class, foreign cooking. I mean, something to get him to realize that there's more to life than being a nig-nog dusty. And like I said, make them contribute, make them do housework, make them learn how to cook. A lot of boys start when they forced to at first, and then they decide they love it and go on to have a career in restaurants or as a cook, or some, or own a restaurant. um Teach them how to clean their own room, change their sheets, do their laundry. See, but this requires you as a mother to step up and do some of this. A lot of people are like, well, it's easier for me to do it myself. No, it's never easier for you to do it yourself. You're creating a crippled little fool when you do that. Make they asses do something. I don't give a fuck if it takes them 10 times as long as it takes you. Make them do it. They'll get good at it. Just be patient. And if they, make them stay on them. They don't get good grades, then you go in that room and you raid that shit. All distractions, video games, computers, phones, iPads, all that stuff goes away until your grades come up. That's your job right now. Your grades need to come up. You ain't having no company, you ain't talking on the phone, and you ain't going nowhere but going to school and coming home to do some homework. That's what you do, and that's your life until the next report cards come out. So you have to be very firm with your sons, and I think if we had more women who had that ability and stayed focused on not babying their sons, but instead being tough on them and making them be men, then a lot of this problem would go away. But there's too much coddling, going on, and that's my baby. This motherfucker 6'2" and got a deep voice and hair everywhere and babies every goddamn where, and you still call him your baby. Summer says, how do you get out of the friend zone? You don't, girlfriend. Let me tell you how that works. A man is either attracted to you, and I mean immediately, or he is not. Now, what you could do, what might happen is you are friends with him, um, and he might see an opportunity to tap that ass because you between boyfriends or he's between girlfriends, and you all drinking or having a good time, and then you're receptive to his advances, and then you sleeping with him, and then he's gonna get up the next day talking about, oh my god, that was a mistake, we're friends, why did we do that, that was so awkward, blah 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 blah. So you don't let yourself get set up like that. But men, it's like they either like you, and you could be just like the most evilest person in the world, like me, and it doesn't matter what. I mean, they like you, either they like you or they don't. So you're not gonna try to get out of the friend zone. You're not gonna work to get his attention. You're not gonna jump through hoops to get him to like you. You're not gonna do any of that. Because see, that means you're working to try to earn him, and that is the wrong thing for a young woman to ever do. You do not ever try to prove to a man that he should be with you, that you're good enough for him, none of that kind of stuff. You don't do any of that. You present yourself as you are, and either he loves you and appreciates you and can't get enough of you the way that you are, or he's looking elsewhere. If he's looking elsewhere, then you move on, leave him alone. Don't you dare sacrifice your self-esteem and your pride and your honor in yourself as a woman to try to get the attention of a man who is not interested in you like that. Okay, just accept it, just move on. Yeah, he's in the friend zone. I mean, I have a lot of male friends. You know what I mean? It's cool and everything, but I know that there will never be any crossover. You in the friend zone because I'm not feeling you like that. If I had felt you like that, then you wouldn't be my friend. We'd be fucking. So that's to me is just very clear. And men are just like that. I'm telling you, you don't have to do no work to get them ever. What are your thoughts on dating sites? Not for me. It's like to me, it's like the collection site for all the rejected men in the world. All of them who could not socialize adequately, who are losers, bums, communication problems, learning disabilities, resentful of women, so women feel it. So the only attention they get from women is via the internet. But once a woman meets them at first face to face and feels that energy, she don't want shit to do with them. To me, that's I can't. I don't want to ever meet somebody on a dating site. I mean, I've done my research. That's how I know. I've been, on there, but it's like it was just a series of losers. They all had some major personality, emotional, or mental health issues. And Deb ain't nobody's nurse ratchet, and so fuck it. My ex's mother coddled him bad. She told me I'm not his wife, so I can't tell him to get himself together. I instantly understood why he was the way that he was. Yeah, so she's looking at some other woman to come along and raise her adult son. So how she think he gonna want to get somebody gonna want to marry him when he's a fuck up? A fuck up. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, exactly, Tiana. They go for it, and it's like even if you don't want them, they still go for it because they want it, and that's what I'm trying to get her to understand. You don't do any work to get out of the friend zone with a man. That's like just a waste of your time. I wish I would. Okay, Christine, is it okay to steal a man if he has been with a girl for 5 years on and off and they aren't married? If he was that into her, he would have married her by now. First of all, let's eliminate that word steal. Men are not inanimate objects, they make decisions. So he would decide to leave her and go with you or whoever he decided to do it. And see that idea that you can steal a man is just ridiculous. You don't steal shit. He will sit up there and he will be like, I think I like her better than I like this shit here I've been fucking over here with for 5 years. Now, and then he gets up and he goes over there. Now, what the problem is, see, women have been socialized to think that they're in competition for men, so that the woman who he's left and the woman that he's going to thinks that they battled over him and that this woman won. Neither one of you won. I mean, it might turn out to be, a decent thing. Like maybe they were breaking up anyway, and you just happened to come into his life at the right time, and you're what he was always looking for, and all the stuff, or what he changed since he went with her, and now he's ready for something different. There's a lot of different factors to consider here, but the bottom line is men go where they want to go. They do what they want to do. They're not marionettes on a string. No one controls them. Even when they're married, no one controls them. So he's going to do what he wants to do. If he values you in your relationship, then he will not disrespect you in your relationship. He won't cheat. He won't lie to you. He won't dip out and do stupid shit. He'll treat you with the utmost respect because he values that relationship and he values you. If you have a man who does not want to be with you anymore, I suggest that you pack all of his stuff up. No, just throw it in them glad trash bags, like with everything else that he owns at your house, and just give it to him and say bye bye. That's what you do, and you don't worry about it, and don't ever think that you've stolen anybody. That's you doing too much. You trying to like be all on your own jack and blow your head up. It don't work like that. He chose to leave. Okay. Your child's father lays in the bed with his mama at 31. Nah, that's some fucked up something incest stuff there. I'm not really feeling that at all. Yeah, exactly. You're not what he wants. I mean, it's like, like, okay, like, all ice cream is good, okay? So you're a woman, all women are good. But some people like Rocky Road ice cream. Okay, well, you're a strawberry. So don't be mad. Well, how can I make him like, get out of the strawberry zone? You're the strawberry. You ain't going to change to nothing else. He likes Rocky Road. So no matter how many hoops you jump through and dances you do and, things, freak shit you try to do to him to get his attention, he's going to always like Rocky Road, and Rocky Road is not you. Okay, does that make it more easy for people to understand? Talking about ice cream versus talking about, because they start taking stuff personally. But when I use references like that, they be like, "Oh yeah, okay, I can see what she mean now. I'm not Rocky Road. He like Rocky Road, so why am I tripping?" You see that it's just like that. You don't put your ego all in it. It's the same thing I tell men. You don't put your feelings and your sense of worth and your value of yourself into a situation where somebody likes and prefers something that's not you. Okay, you just let that go. You go find somebody that likes strawberry. How hard is that? Hi, Drax 346. Yeah, I'm not down with the dating sites. I ain't no ratchet, none of that. You hear grown ass men stumble and bumble with pretty women all the time. Well, yeah, they do. Because, see, when men see something beautiful, all the blood drains from their head and it goes to their dick. So, their mouth is up here, right? So there's no blood flowing here. So they're like, "Blah, blah, 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 blah." And so they don't, they can't get them act together. That's why players are so successful with women, though, because they have control. They have mental control over their bodies. And so they can keep the blood here because they stay in their head. And so, they might be attracted to you, but you'll never know it. I mean, he might tell you, but it's not like he's like, acting all stupid. He's cool, calm, collected. He got his game tight. He's just talking. He got you laughing. And the next thing you know, them panties gonna be fling. And then you're gonna be like, oh my God, I don't know what happened. He just was talking to me. And then the next thing you know, I was in bed with him. And oh my God. Heck, you don't even steal him then. He just, just walks out the door and you just happen to be there. What do you think about very attractive men, Deb? I don't give a fuck about looks. Let me tell you. I mean, looks are cute. I mean, I don't want no like mud duck. But the most important thing to me is how does he, it's two things, three things actually. Number one, how he talks to and treats me. Number two, do we have similar outlooks on life, similar values, similar morals, to where it's not like this great amount of conflict all the time, good communication, if it's just similar, we own a similar thing. And then number three, does he show me and all other women respect? Because if he does that, then he's going to make me feel respected and he's going to be respectful and he's going to talk to me in a way that is, enchanting and we're going to get along and then the next thing you know, there'll be wedding bells. But see, that's what you want. And so, this is the kind of thing, every man cleans up nice. 'Cause I tell you, when I first met the man I later married, he wasn't my husband then, I was not attracted to his ass at all. He looked like a fucking wolf man. There's hair everywhere. He had a ponytail and this big old Wolfman Jack beard and just looked a hot mess. Ooh, child. You just would have never known that underneath all of that was a very handsome man who was very smart, very funny. I mean, all but his initial appearance was like, ooh. But after he cleaned up, I was like, oh, hi. So, the attraction, a lot of times people put a lot of emphasis on what they look like, and there's nothing inside, or what's inside is rotten. So, as a woman, of course, you have to be attracted to it, otherwise, you don't want it to touch you. But don't use that as the major thing. I mean, what's going on with dude? How's dude treating you? How's dude talking to you? And what does he think about women as a whole? If he's like, these bitches, these heifers, these cows, these females, all that kind of stuff, where Lady Boss at with them X's? He get an X. Yeah, I'm not down with the Dusties. Is there such a thing as having relationship ADHD? Oh, absolutely. I have it. I swear I would be with a guy for a max of 5 months and lose interest. It's no fault of his. I literally just lose interest and want someone new. Girl, 5 months, you good. I'm like 5 weeks. More like four. More like 4 dates. Um, but I mean, there has to be. I mean, the guy who keeps my interest, like it's just so rare and few and far between. Most men are kind of basic. They're just kind of basic. And if you're a woman who doesn't mind a basic dude, go to work, come home, play a little sports team or something, watch football, have season tickets at some football or baseball or something, basketball. I mean, he hangs out, goes for a drink with his buddies after work or something. Maybe he plays on a bowling league. I mean, that's basic shit. If you're fine with that, then be happy. That wouldn't work for me. I need a man who's got some shit going on in his brain. I want to have some stimulating conversations. We want to have some like physiological conversations and responses to the words that to be saying and the ideas and all this kind of stuff. I need different kind of stimulation from a guy that I'm gonna be in a relationship with. Yes, honey. A single bed. Shut up, Zara. What do you think about? Okay, I'll just answer that. Okay, Becky, I just answered that. And somebody said, "Now they want Baskin Robbins." Uh, let me see. Oh, thanks, Cookie Face. Yes, it is. It's almost 500 videos here. When I get to the 500th one, I'm gonna bust some balloons or have some confetti or some shit. I don't know, something. I was fooled about the nobody wants a woman everyone has had saying, but nobody wants community dick either. First of all, unless your shit is real sloppy and you make the fatal mistake of doing what I said, which is you just fucking everybody in your community, please explain to me how a man is gonna know how many people you done fucked unless you tell him. See, that means you're messy. And that means you have a big mouth. And that means you're doing too much too close to home. That's not how you handle your business. You go on a cruise. You go somewhere by plane. You drive your car 4, 5, 6, 700 miles away and act a fool, fuck everything that's not nailed down. And then you go home. That's what you do. That's how you do it. Becky asked about the attractive men. I already answered that. I'm still scrolling down, so I'm way behind you guys. Um, when I talk to someone going through what? I missed something. Positivity says somebody going through what something, but I don't miss what the something is. Okay. So peanut jelly says, as a woman, should you make yourself notice to get a man? A lot of people preach this. Like in what way? Like, being all extra? No, you don't have to do that. I mean, my thing, look nice when look fucking presentable. Like these little chicks be over here in Oakland going outside with, rollers in their hair and pajama pants on and flip flops and stuff. No, look nice, dress appropriately, and dress in a way that flatters your figure. You do not have to be doing a bunch of extra stuff. Sometimes I see these little teenage girls, they be like on the bus stop, they doing all these gyrations and twerking and doing all this. They got to be getting everybody's attention. Then they look around to see who's looking at them, right? And they doing all, just doing everything to try to get attention from men. You don't need to do all that. If you are in an environment where you're looking lovely and confident, your makeup is not like overwhelming because most guys don't like a lot of makeup. So, just wear enough to enhance yourself, do your hair, look nice. I mean, just like you would do if you were going on a job interview, except you don't wear a suit. But you know what I mean? I mean, put some effort into it. But as far as thinking that you need to like do extra to get a male's attention, no, you don't need to do that because once you start doing some shit like that, you got to keep it up. And then when did you ever get a chance to relax? See, sometimes I don't want to do anything to my hair. That's why I keep my hair like this. I'm not combing it. I'm not putting on no makeup, and I'm gonna walk around in my baggy gym shorts and a tank top all fucking day. And you don't like it? Well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not doing anything extra. This is me. So yeah, you don't have to do all of that. They gonna notice you, honey. You got some titties and an ass. They gonna notice you. That's you're a female. They'll notice you. Trust me. You don't have to do nothing else. You're welcome, Summer. Be sure to like the video. I already answered her question, Lady Boss, because I was scrolling up. Uh, Positivity's question. Oh, thanks, man. What do you say to someone going through a divorce? Uh, what did they want the divorce? I mean, is this a male, a female? I mean, what's going on? I need more information. Is this a friend of yours or somebody you trying to date? I mean, there's just so many questions. I just have so many questions. How do I stimulate his mind? By being an interesting person. Do you read books? Do you read news articles? Do you read magazines? Do you read stuff on the internet? I mean, find out what he's interested in, share what you're interested in. I mean, that's stimulating enough. If he's interested in certain things and it's something new to you, investigate it. Ask him to take you to a show or exhibit or, whatever it is. Like this guy I was dating when I was in college, his family, and this was a brother, his father was into what they call funny cars. It's like a racing cars. And they had one. They had built one. Him and his brother and his dad had built one. It was in their garage. And so I was like just fascinated by it because I never knew any black people who did anything like that, right? And so they went to were having a race, and so my oldest brothers, two, and they took me because they could drive. I couldn't really drive yet, and we all went to watch this guy's dad, in the race, and it was the most amazing thing. So I learned about funny cars and who were the stars at the time. And this guy named Don Prudhomme, and he was black or Cajun or Creole or something. And it was just, a very interesting thing that I would have never ever experienced had I not met this guy. And so then I taught him about photography, which was my thing. And so he got a little raggedy camera from somebody, and we would go out and take pictures and stuff. And I showed him how to develop the pictures in the dark room and stuff. I mean, we enhanced each other's life. So I went away with that knowledge. He went away with some knowledge of how to take a better picture. And it was interesting. We stimulated each other's creativity, each other's minds, and provided each other with new experiences. And that's what you do. It's not like you have to do anything, like there's a book or anything. You just let your creative imagination flow and be curious about the man that you're dating, you know? Honey, that's it. You get your ass in the car and you get your ass on a plane and just go crazy. One of my friends was a flight attendant and we would go everywhere. They had them buddy passes on Continental for $50. And I had buddy passes and she would buy them from some of the other people that, didn't want to use theirs. So we was always going somewhere. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. I don't do much to get men. I'm just learning all the rules of the game so I can run it instead of it running me. That's how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. Good job. Oh, yeah, soap nuts are the bomb. Likes up, please. Lady Boss is trying to get you guys to press the like button. Please do that. Okay, positivity. This is worded better. Thank you. Would you ever talk to someone going through a divorce? Okay. I'm going to preface that with talk to, yes. Date, seriously, no. Why? Because he's still married and I don't date married men. That's my value system. Talk to him as a friendly person, just, chit chat on the phone or if I see him out or something like that. But to think I'm going to give him some emotional investment, he's going to come, we're going to sleep over each other's house, we're going to be screwing, we're going to call ourselves having a relationship. No, we're not going to do that because you're married and you cannot date a married person. And that's a concept that a lot of people just aren't real clear on. You know what happens in 99% of the cases? They go back to their husband or wife because they had to give it one more shot or two more shots or five more shots or they decide to go back because of the kids. So you're putting yourself at a great deal of risk there. This is what happens. A lot of people ultimately do end up divorced, but it could be years could go by with the back and forth and wavering as they try to, separate themselves emotionally. And in the meantime, you all up in the mix and all caught up in his or her emotional confusion. Fuck that. I'm not gonna do that to myself. Yes, Rusty, exactly. You want them to have some hobbies and interests. You press the like button. Thanks, you guys. I used to do cruises, Linwood, late in the late 90s and early 2000s for my Ask Heartbeat website. I think I did about five of them. And, uh, and then I got tired of cruising. It normally would be like, we always go in October. And I always like to, around the second week or so of October, we would go for a week to the Caribbean, Bahamas, somewhere. All right. But I'll think about it. Lately, Miss Britt says, I've been getting approached by married men and they never tell me that they're married. I have to find out by doing Google searches. Oh, wow. Well, I mean, it's one thing for them to get, to approach. But this is the thing about it. They never tell you, but do you ask? See, that's what most women don't do. They don't ask. They just assume that since the guy's talking to him that he's single and available. Nothing could be further than the truth. So there's nothing wrong with you saying, so what's your status? Are you living with somebody? You got a baby mama? You engaged? Are you married? I just run down the whole list. It's like A, B, C, D, pick one. And when you ask them like that, they usually start stuttering and say, well, yeah, I'm married, but. And then here they come with the, but we got to understand it. And, we got an open relationship. We got this, we got that. But they usually admit it. Now, if they don't admit it, then of course you can all, I mean, even if they, yeah, if they don't admit it, you can still do your Google search. But most of the time, they, will tell you, yeah, I'm married, but something. They always have a but followed by some bullshit. So, always ask. Don't be afraid to ask. Yeah, this is what they the married men be to get more dates than the single dudes. Yeah, I'm not down with them dudes going through divorce. Their emotions, they're just crazy. I just, they be worried about who she fucking and, worrying about who's over their kids. And they have all this angst and every phone call with the bitch is some arguing. And then they want to call her while they in the car with you and pull over to the side. And, as you see, I've, experienced this. And this guy wasn't even married. He was just living with the woman for a long time. They had been dating for a long, like forever, and they were separating. And one time of that, and it was done. I was done. Um, you assume that they're single because why approach me if they're married? Because they want some pussy. Come on now, surely you can't be that naive. They want pussy, whether it comes from you or anybody else who's going to give them some. That's what they want. That's what all men approach women about. It's ultimately about some ass. They're attracted to you. Come on now, this is like the basic. Why you think some dude would talk to you? He's excited. His dick likes what it sees, okay? I hate to be that blunt, but you guys, you're not thinking about this right. When a guy comes and approaches you, it's because his dick led him to you. Okay, his eyeballs saw something. His dick responded, and said he followed the dick to you. Okay, now when you think of it that way, which is the solid, unadulterated reality of dating, then you will understand why married men, crippled men, old men, men that's too young, men that got 10 baby mamas, that's why they all approach because their dick is drawing them to you. Okay, it's nothing to take personal. It's not like they you so magically wonderful and beautiful and all that kind of stuff. They liked what they saw and they dick led them to you. That's all. It's as simple as that. Okay, you all putting too much on it. So all you have to do is, like I said, just ask them. Don't ever assume anything about a man. We're talking about nignogs and dusties here. Okay, so you don't assume shit because once you assume, what's the word? Ass out of you and me. So you don't do that. You never assume. You get answers. And if they don't give you answers, then you find out, like you said, like you did by yourself, but you still make sure that you ask because then you can charge them with lying later. But like I said, most of them will tell you. Yeah, but see, that's different. If you asked, you gave them an opportunity to tell you the truth. If you never asked, then they'd be like, well, I'm not going to volunteer no information. And I'm like that myself. I just said that yesterday. You don't volunteer information to anybody. And when dudes do that, see, y'all not asking no questions, you going to get played. You get played. You have to ask. At least that way, like I said, you can always say you lied. But if you never ask and then you get mad because he never volunteered, why should he volunteer? What's in it for him? How is him volunteering information that's not going to put you in a position where you're not giving him the pussy that he wants? Why would he do that? I mean, let's be realistic here. Y'all got to stop thinking with this like all brand new life, thinking that you have. This is about dick and pussy. There's a video on this channel I was telling you, I'm trying to explain to you and break it down. It's not, I think it's no ads on or anything because the subject matter was too adult, and so they were like, "Oh no, you don't get no ads on this." But it's called Dick and Pussy. Why Dick and Pussy run the world? And if you have any confusion about why men approach you for dating, you need to listen to it. It just breaks it straight down. I mean, like I don't know how to be any more blunt. Oh my God, where are the single men? Well, shit, the way we hear it, like they all bisexual. I don't know. I'm just kind of disgusted with them right about now. And then when they get, the older ones, they might not be bi or anything, but they old, because they're older, they not in that lifestyle because they still into the, where men with women's kind of thing. But now they have ED, and so you still can't get. I mean, this is like a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Okay. Yeah, are you with any female who believe? Well, that's kind of hard because basically what you're doing then, this in a court of law, that question would not be admissible because what you're doing is you're asking someone who is not that individual to assume or interpret something else which is not factual information. That's just their interpretation. So I would not ask that question. I would you figure out something else, or like you date somebody who uh, who thinks you love her. You living with somebody who thinks you love her? Something more concrete. But who believes that there's more going on than there actually is? That's you leave too much room for him to interpret there. Once I assume that got a call from his wife, yeah, you don't never assume. See, that's what I'm saying. You prove you they all. I always assume that some man's got at least one woman that he's dealing with when I meet him. Even if it's somebody he's just creeping with on the under, I never assume that they're completely single. Exactly. See, Lady Boston put it into a succinct form. I like succinctness. She understands me. This girl gets me. It's like it ain't about your beauty, it's your booty. Exactly. So, y'all thinking it's gonna be all this other stuff and it's all esoteric romance and bells and harps and angels and hearts and flowers and all this stuff, violins and whatnot. It ain't like that. His dick. His dick. That's all it is. The dick. They ask how many men you slept with. I lie. The number is six every time. Like, bitch, don't worry about it. Oh, yes. I have a video about that too, about why you should never answer that question. But I like that six. I just say, shit, I don't know. I can't keep count. They be like, is that many? I said, did I say it was that many? I just said I can't keep count. My mind, I'm like, I forget everything. I even forget it's my birthday. I don't be paying attention to stuff like that. I like, whatever. Some of them, like, you can't even count that. Just like, um, that you slept with them because the shit was over so fast. It was like, what was that? It was like Mighty Mouse flew by or something. You like, shoo, and it's over. It's like, whoa. So I don't, I can't count that. It's like it was a thought of sleeping with somebody, but nothing really happened. At least not on my end. When they won't answer, it means that they are married or shacking up. Yep. Trying to hide something. But like I said, usually they do answer. And then but they put that but in there. They'll say, well, yeah, I'm married, but, well, yeah, I got a lady, but, yeah, I'm living with somebody, but, yeah, me and my baby mama, together, but, it's always a but. Been getting a young one sitting on me recently. Ew, no thanks. I'm old enough to be your mother. Yeah, they looking for somebody who can cook and who's gonna take care of them. So you watch that. Should you just ask if they're gay, curious, or on the down low? They lie about that too. No. I mean, why would they tell you that? You just met them. Come on now. I mean, that's kind of personal to be asking somebody. But you should be spending enough time around them. I'm telling you, look for them dick sucking lips and look at his friends. And peruse his social media pages. If every time you see him in a picture, he all with a bunch of dudes, that motherfucker is suspect, especially if he's past 21. Youngsters hang in groups and stuff. They roll out, they come play basketball or whatever. They bring their whole little squad with them. But you got some man, in his 30s and he's still hanging around like a frat boy with a bunch of dudes. Nah, they fucking. I'm telling you, the real men are after some women. If you got a man hanging around a bunch of dudes, they fucking. I'm just telling you. I just started talking to a white guy online. His profile is not that filled out. And for a couple of days, I asked him to find out he has 3 kids. Ooh. Well, that's too many. No, thank you. It's been nice knowing you. Yeah, you're not obligated to answer their questions. Just give them some fucked up answer. I mean, it's like, because no matter what you say, well, anyway, the whole video, which I will link to, talks about why you should never answer that question. And I went into great detail about it. I'm not going to repeat myself here because I'm running short on time. What time is it? Yeah, see, I have like 8 minutes. Uh, that video is classic. I think so too. Lady Boss, you know what? I'm going to throw up an X on you. It's like, Yeah. No, even if he don't have, he's not married. He still got 3 kids. Well, I mean, what you got for me? You don't have no time and you don't have no money because you paying the child support for 3 kids. You're fucked. Yes, you do. You look for dick sucking lips. I explained it in the video that I did. What video was that, Van? Van and I mean, what? Shit. We was talking about. Oh yeah, it was the one about the bisexual men. I did it the other day. Listen to that video, and I explained, and I even showed you what the dick sucking lips look like. And then you pull up a picture of Nelly, and you will see what I'm talking about. Cause that motherfucker has dick sucking lips. Nobody can tell me different. That's what they look like. Mm-hmm. Yeah, struggle mania. I'm not trying to do that. Yeah. Yeah, they do. And the other thing that they do too, they like to do that eye buck thing. Let me take off my glasses. Can I still see a little bit? They like to do that eye buck thing, right? Because they be talking to another guy and then they go, okay, when you see a dude do some shit like that, I'm like, look, you little fairy ass motherfucker. I don't want to talk to you. Get away from me. And, man, what dude doing? Dudes will be trying to be hard. They not trying to look like that. And they're looking all like this. They not trying to do that. So they be having their mouth like doing all these affected movement patterns and stuff. No, I'm telling you, y'all. I love doing these videos because I used to do this shit on Blog Talk and people couldn't see. I mean, I would be doing it, but nobody could see it. But now you can see it. And so I'm like, no, no, put a picture up beside LL and what's his name? You'll see there's a bit different. There's difference. His are shaped like that naturally. Some people, but nah, I'm telling you, them lips that look like they constantly swollen from sucking dicks. Yeah, see, and Drake is half white, right? So what was you doing with them full lips like that, motherfucker? Nah, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Who's confused? Tiny's? Tiny Skull, you're confused? Type your question in. I'm gonna be here. Well, I guess I could go till 7:45, but after that, my mods are on the East Coast, so I know they need to go to bed and whatnot. Uh, and by the way, moderators, I want you guys to send me your. Do I have all your email addresses? I might have them. Make sure I have your email addresses. Send them to me at survivingdating@gmail.com. I want to give you all a little thank you Christmas present from me. Even though I know none of you did this expecting anything, I just want to show my appreciation because these are all people that came to the show, liked what they saw, and doing this to support me. I've never met them, and but they are just some of the coolest chicks ever. My squad. They got a sisters back for real. So I just want to do a little something. I'm not a rich person, but I'll do something. All right. So make sure you guys, my moderators, make sure I get your email address. Yeah, they don't. Those celeb women, they ain't women. You right. I'll be looking at them too, like what's really going on? Plus, they wear too much makeup. I'm always, suspicious when you see people just like all pancake down, and they try to hide that 5 o'clock shadow and that sting, and they got all just too much. They just be doing too much. You loving my show? Good. That's lovely. We like it when people say that. Oh, Van, so sweet. It's after 9 in Texas. Yeah, see, but on the East Coast, it's after 10. Because they're 3 hours, you 2 hours. And then I think what Nevada, I mean, what you call it, Arizona and stuff is 1. I try to be a good role model. And when I'm not, I admit it. I will straight say, okay, don't be like me. I warn you in advance. And that's okay because everybody here is an adult. And I can say, well, this is how I would do it, but that doesn't mean that you have to do like me. Oh, that's good, Rusty, because you can't have rose-colored glasses on and you dealing with these modern men. It's very unfortunate that the stuff that we learned as little girls about romance and stuff, we can't still have those fantasies, and that's kind of disappointing because men have changed so much. We always looking for our knight to come riding in on shining armor and whatnot on his steed, and you know give us the magical kiss and live happily ever after in the beautiful castle or whatnot. Not going to happen. There's something wrong with males these days. They're just so violent and so nasty towards women and children. The things they're supposed to be protecting, they instead want to victimize at every opportunity. And it's just a cultural change, and it's like a worldwide concern. Everywhere, it's the same, and they're predators. So it's become a very interesting thing. I've noticed, I read all the stuff all the time, and it's like, wow, this is just really something's wrong. Yeah, I'm in Cali too, and it's early. It's early out here. Okay, so I got some more questions. I'm looking for more questions, more questions. Hey, Arena, what up, girl? Yes, it's very disappointing. I don't know, because you want to live that dream. I mean, it sounds good, but then you realize that dream ain't for you, so you just leave it alone. You see, I can't. Then my dad used to call them men sweet. Say they had sugar in their tank and stuff like that. Guys who are married and still flirt. Oh yeah, they do that. They do that. They trying to see who's gonna bite. But they're just some nasty fuckers. It's like, how dare you do that? I mean, it's like, I can't even respect a man who does stuff like that. How could you treat your wife like that? And what about your kids? You their daddy and they look up to you. I mean, when I was a little kid, my father was like a god to me. It was until I got a teenager when I realized, he was like, he a knucklehead. But, when I was a child, a small child, my daddy was everything to me. And if I had found out he was doing something like that to put our family at risk and hurt my mama, I would have been so devastated. I'm telling you, just so, so, so hurt. And these guys, they do this kind of stuff with no concern for the damage that could be done to their family and their children when the kids find out, because you ain't that slick. So somebody's gonna know what you're doing. Somebody's gonna know. It's gonna be exposed. And then what you gonna do? That's when I talk about in my video. I get to get people to think about what you planning to do and ask yourself first, and then what? There's a video. I think it's a 2 video series. And then what? Before you do something stupid, ask yourself that question. And then what? It applies to every aspect of life. Every single thing. You want to quit this job and get a new one? Okay, you're gonna quit this job and then what? You're gonna get the new job, then what? You're gonna date this man that you don't meet your standards, well then what? You're gonna have a baby for a Dusty, then what? You know what I mean? Just think about shit before you do it. And then you probably would do something different. Okay, somebody got a question? All right, I'm ready. Where is it? Let me scroll up and see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. How do I get my man to communicate more? He keeps putting off the need to communicate about some issues. What to do besides withholding sex? Well, you have to sit down with your man. Sometimes guys do better, like if you eliminate all sensory input. Like you sit them in a dark room. Maybe it smells good. You have some incense or flowers or a scented candle, some kind of relaxing kind of scents. Lavender is a good one. And then hold on, XX. And then you say, honey, it's very important to me that we stay together for a long time, and part of that is involves us being able to communicate not only the good things, what we love about each other, and what we enjoy about each other, and have good sex and all of that, but as well as to work on our things that are causing us problems that could really blow up in our face. I'm noticing that when I bring up things like this, you seem to put up stone, use a stone wall. You don't want to talk about it. And sometimes, if you think about his childhood, you can figure out why. I mean, there may be some family dynamics that are contributing to that. If so, that's when you would reference that and say, I understand that this and that and blah 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 happened when you were a child, but I'm not your mom. You're not your dad. We can create a completely different kind of relationship if we have the courage to, and I need you to be that guy. And you talk to him very soft like that. And then you get up and then you leave him alone and let him think about it because you just put some shit on his mind. So, this kind of thing, if this continues, it's gonna reach to the point where I'm so frustrated with you, it's gonna damage our relationship, and I don't want that. But I want us to get along. I want our relationship to grow and for us to get closer and closer, not to feel like you're pushing me apart because you won't talk to me. And you got to just tell him this is what's happening. This is the repercussions of your behavior, and I don't want that. I want this, but I need your cooperation to make this happen versus that, and see what he says. Okay, let me scroll up and see. Uh, what does it mean that men aim to demoralize women and eliminate their threat, and say it's survival of the fittest is only the fuel of life, but then men need a whole month of November. Okay, I'm confused. I don't know what that means. If you can break that down, I read it and I don't get it. I'm not sure what you're asking me. Okay, this young lad from Twitch says, how do you tell your girl best friend that you like her without getting friend zoned? I wouldn't tell her that I liked her. What I would say, I would hint around and kind of feel her out. Say, I really, I've been looking around for somebody to date, and then I realized that I'm looking for somebody just like you. See, this is a player move. I'm looking for somebody just like you. Do you think you would ever want to date somebody like me? Now, so you're not saying you saying somebody like you. So eliminate your ego. Let her, it's not so threatening when you say somebody like me, and see what she says, you know, just to feel her out. Or you could do it on, longer term, like instead of just all at one time, say, oh, I met this girl, this and that, and she's great. She has this, this, and this, and that. But I prefer like the way that you do such and such, or the way that you do blah, 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 blah. Okay, so you're complimenting her, and you do that, and comparing where she's coming out on top to a couple of different people. So, you might do space that out over a week or two, three, a month, something like that. And then finally you hit her with that line I said at first, and then see what she says. Because by then, unless she's dumb, she would have gotten a hint that what you're trying to do, and that's what you want. They need a whole month of November to raise awareness for male suicide and male mental health. I don't get why they are destructive gender, but also the gender that. Hmm. Yeah, that's what I would do. As far as why men need to raise awareness about male suicide, it doesn't matter. I mean, they're going to still kill themselves. I mean, a lot of times they come up with some bullshit, and it's like, that's what you need to do because you're stupid. You just wasted space on the air. I mean, on the planet, wasting up air and stuff that could be used for somebody else. I don't know. I know people would be like, well, I was dating this guy, and he said if I didn't do such and such or whatever, that he was gonna kill himself. I'd be like, bye, motherfucker. What you want me to do? What kind of flowers you want at your funeral? I might do that, but other than that, you're not gonna control me and threaten and manipulate me into doing anything with threats of your suicide. Because I don't give a fuck if you die or not. I mean, how's that supposed to be making me concerned? But see, a lot of women buy and say, "Oh my God, I don't want him to kill himself." I'll be like, "Shit, fuck you. What? Let me go down here and buy some rat poison so you can drink it and get this shit over with." I really has no fucks to give. Males that commit suicide the most, why should I care about male mental health when they intentionally try to destroy my mental health? What happened to their philosophy of survival of the fittest? Okay, that makes more sense. I get it now. You shouldn't care. You shouldn't care, and you shouldn't worry about it because they sure don't worry about ours. They spend 99% of their life is spent trying to best us, control us, or figure out a way to prey on us and use us. That's what men do their entire lives. That's what they focus on: controlling women, besting women, hurting women, using women. That's what they do. I was reading about how the women had one of my friends was a nurse. She was talking about the men, like they was talking about the guys at the hospital. I mean, women at the hospital. She said she had to go and pull somebody off of a woman. The woman had just had a baby, and dudes were trying to screw her like she's still in the hospital. Fresh stitches and everything like that. What are you doing? Why is what is that about? What's going on in your mind? And think about how they, the Boko Haram abducted all them little schoolgirls and held 200 schoolgirls and got them pregnant and all this other stuff. Those are children. You just ruined their entire lives because you felt like it. These guys who are sex trafficking, your daughters are disappearing, they never seen again. They molest kids in their own family. They beat and kill women that don't want to be with them anymore. They want to shoot and kill women that they feel like rejected them. These, going to schools and shooting up people, going to jobs, shooting people because the woman didn't want them. I mean, there's something wrong with men. They're crazy as fuck. So if they decide to kill themselves versus killing some woman, who am I to argue with that? It's too painful for you. Off yourself. That's the best solution. Don't be bothering women about what they want. It was if it's not you. Like I said, they might like strawberry and you ass is Rocky Road. Okay, don't get mad because they only like strawberry and you're Rocky Road. Just go find somebody that likes Rocky Road. Or, do what you change and become something else. But you're not gonna ever be strawberry, so you never gonna get her. You can get somebody else though. I don't even want to get into their head because they it's that kind of thing that you see in the horror movies where your brain starts melting. Where you start doing like Spock would do that mind melt thing, and then all of a sudden you're going, ah, ah, because your brain is just being melted. Mm, I'm good. Thank you. Yes, that's slick, honey. You want some game? You come to this channel. I'll give you some. I don't want to necessarily use it myself, but I still know it. If the white community is at 25%, well, yeah, there's a lot of white baby mamas around. But you know what? Usually, what they happens though, why it's not they get pregnant out and they ain't married either. But you know what usually happens? They get married while the woman's still pregnant. So when the baby's born, it's not an out of wedlock birth. Even if they turn around and get divorced a year later, 2 years later, the baby was still born as a when she was married. That's the trick that they do. I'm the star football player and she's the head cheerleader. So it's like a story. Oh, how cute! That's so cute. Look at you. Yes, but just do it the way I said. Go easy because um just drop them little hints like that. Get her used to thinking about the idea. Women love things that draw in their imagination. Okay, I'm giving you some good game. You're a youngster. I'm giving you some good game right now. Women like things that make them fantasize and think about it and wonder what's going to happen. Women like mystery a little bit, not too much, not to where it makes them feel insecure, but like just as much because obviously you're friends already, right? So she knows that you can stand her, so it wouldn't be anything where she's too feeling insecure, like does he even can't he even stand to be around me? Those things are eliminated. But you want to kind of advance things. You just take it step by step. Don't be in a rush. Players never rush. They take their time and they let the fish put herself on the hook. They never try to force it. And then they don't get mad if the woman doesn't want it. They just move on to the next one. So you see all these guys who getting mad and want to shoot up places and stuff. They don't have no game at all. They just all messed up. But that's cute. Look at you, little star football player. I'm happy you came to the chat. Yeah, okay, excellent. I think I finally got it though. But yeah, you threw me for all kind of. You was throwing curveballs. I was like, what's going on here? What's she trying to say? What do you think of women approaching men they are interested in? You know, I was reading this article today where they did a survey. I think it was like 2,500 men, but it was over in the UK or somewhere. Some dating site for people 50 and over. And it said like 90 some odd percent of the men wanted the women to approach. They preferred that the woman, approach them and get the ball rolling and stuff. And so then you have to ask yourself, is that laziness? Or are they just really that scared even at 50 plus? And so, considering that, I don't know. I still think that you know my thing, the thing I did about it's called breadcrumbing. That's the video. It's called breadcrumbing. I still prefer that approach where you lead the guy to you by letting him know that it's safe to approach and stuff. I really have a hard time with doing approaching men like that. My approach is more flirtatious. I don't really make it seem like I'm really that interested in him. Like I might see a guy looking or something, he might look good or something. I might say, "Oh, I really like beards, and you really have a nice beard. I noticed it from across the room, so I just wanted to let you know." I say that and I keep it moving. Okay, so now you see him, he's like intrigued, right? It's like, ooh, see, I just dropped some breadcrumbs as I went by. You don't stand there wait for him to talk to you, acting all desperate and shit, like, you just hungry for his attention. That's not how you do it. You drop your compliment, you smile, do your little head nod of appreciation kind of thing, and then you stroll off. So he's gonna be looking at you, right? If he's single, well, he's probably looking anyway, even if he's not. He's gonna be looking at you, and he's gonna be like, "Well, damn, that was kind of, that made him feel good. It made him feel masculine and attractive. His little ego got a boost. So he gonna come back for more, and that's when you got him. So see, that's how I do things. I don't approach men like that. I do things in a more flirtatious, um, I open the door kind of thing, but I'm not gonna, hi, how are you? My name is so and so, such and such, and I thought you looked good. Let's go. I'm never. I would turn over in my grave and yours if I ever did anything like that. That's not how I do things. I'm too cool for that. And so I would do something like that, and then they come over and they're like, oh, thank you for that compliment that you gave me. That was really nice. I'm like, oh, thank you. What I didn't mean every word of it and stuff. So how you doing tonight? Mr. Beard Man, what you up to? And so then, they usually laugh. Okay, that's another icebreaker. We get to say something funny to a dude to make him laugh. You got him. And so then, you just, the conversation goes from there. So then, song probably come on. Oh, can I, would you like to dance? Sure, why not? Then you come back. He's like, oh, can we sit down? Can we have a conversation? Sure, why not? And then the next thing you know, you give him your number. He gives yours. You're going on a date, and you made the shit happen. But you never approached him like that. You merely complimented him on something. And if you see a man and there's nothing about him that you can compliment him on, that's the wrong dude for you. You should be able to look at him some way and find something about him that's attractive. Now, I have to say, like I said, when I met my husband, I was not impressed at all with nothing. But when I saw him the second time, after my brother lectured him about his hair and his beard and his clothes, he was cleaned up. He looked nice. I could see that he had a nice body. He had dimples. He had nice lips, beautiful eyes. I mean, just nice hair. I mean, I was like, it's like I couldn't see all that though, because he was covered under grunge. He just looked a hot mess. And so, that's why I say it's important, that you look decent when you go out somewhere. Don't be looking like a hood rat. And look clean and presentable. And then, if you're a dude, then women will want to talk to you. They'll like want to see you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. How much they demand photos? Please, he ain't getting no photo. Motherfucker, I'm gonna charge $150 per headshot. You want a full body shot? That's 1,000. Put the money in my PayPal and then we'll talk. And then I'm gonna draw it out too, because you ain't gonna get no refund. I'm just saying. You guys, you ladies, you have to be. Um, yeah, you was telling me, Rena. I was like, what? I'm happy I contributed to you still being here. Because I wouldn't like that very much. But you did good. Yeah, you got to shoot these motherfuckers. So let's see. My little Twitch guy says that they're best friends. Oh, that's so cute. Well, you gotta, just let her know that she's the one. Like I said, start dropping them hints. Compliment her more. Make her feel, attractive and beautiful and like you really admire her and stuff. Build her up. Let her know that you see her as like a fabulous person, not just a buddy. Because she's probably just as scared to move things along as you are. Because everybody's always worried about, advancing it, losing a friend. But you really don't have anything to lose by doing it the way that I'm saying, because you can always, stop. You can always stop. But once you say, I want to date you or something, there's no coming back from that. So, you dropping hints, you being, talking about it, then you finish up with, like I said, say, would you ever consider dating anybody like me? After you do all these other flattery things and, what you're looking for and who you met and all this stuff, you lead her there, you breadcrumbing her ass. And then, if she says, well, yeah, I think you're great too. You in there, my brother? You in there? Then you can send me, find me and come on back and tell me what had happened to it. The statistic with no men in the household, not pregnant and getting married. Oh yeah, well there's way more white people in the country than there are black. We're only 13% of the population as a whole. I mean, and that's on a good day. So, when you count sheer numbers of people, that was white people got us on welfare and everything else like 10 to 1, if not more. Um I'm on every Tuesday and Thursday, except last week it was election, so I was at the volunteering at the polls, so I didn't do my show. But I was trying to be politically aware and all that old shit. But normally, Tuesdays I do advice letters. Thursdays I do a topic, but today I didn't want to do a topic, so we're doing a free for all advice. And then I'm on Saturday or Sunday, and sometimes both. I will be here tomorrow night though, because I have a topic that I want to do on Friday fuckery. Friday fuckery. That's what I'm calling it. I'm gonna be talking about some bullshit. So anybody who's got some time to roll through tomorrow, I'm not going on no dates this weekend. I'm mad because my car is all smashed to hell, and I have to get my pout on. So I'm gonna be at home all weekend looking like because my car is fucked up. I'm gonna be renting one though till I figure out what I'm gonna do with it. I'm not an ice queen. I am very hot. But I only give my hotness to who I select very carefully. Because, most men can't handle all this. They get sprung and it becomes drama. I got to be like Rena, be pulling out my gun and shit. So it's like, you got to be careful who let see that heat because they can't handle it. Yeah. Yeah, if you approach the man first and he's not really, that means he's really not that interested. But that's why you breadcrumb him. It's a test. If you breadcrumb the dude and he picks the crumbs up and he follows the crumbs to you where you are on the other side of the room, then you know that he's interested. Even though he may have been shy, I mean, maybe it's a crowded place and he didn't even see you yet. You saw him first. But the fact that you presented yourself in a very casual, passing way, to non-threatening, in case he got a woman there or he's married or something. You didn't say anything that could be construed as being too, you know what I mean, trying to get at her man. You just complimented him on something, whatever, his suit, his clothes, his muscles. I mean, he'd been working out, something, whatever, his beard. I usually go for beards, haircuts, mustaches. I like this thing here, the goatee. That most dudes with that, I'm just like, ooh, fine as fuck. But I haven't seen a guy yet who had one of those that didn't look like extremely handsome with it. But so that's my fallback. That's what I usually do. So you just do it that way, and then you just keep it moving. That's what most women do. They want to stop, and then they want to start talking to the dude and all that shit. Move your ass on down the line. Don't be sitting up in there in a man's face. What if he's not interested in you? You're just standing there bugging the fuck out of him. Get your ass on. If he's interested, he will come and find you. And make sure you do it with 3 or 4 dudes. You don't just do it with one. You talk to a lot of people. Nude writ, whatever. I can't read that. I'm on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays and Sundays, usually. All right. But yes, it is about that time uh, to go. You're going to get this girl that's so cute. I can't stand it. I want to hear all about it, okay? He's so cute. Okay, good night, everybody, because it's time for me to go. We went a little extra, and that's all right because it was a good time and got a good lot of good information shared. I will be back tomorrow, and we're going to have Fuckery Friday for an hour or so. So oops, I'm supposed to be doing my little outro thing. So, yes, that's right. Come here tomorrow. I'm going to put a graphic up to talk about it so you guys feel free to come and share the graphic on your social media pages or with your friends or whatever. We're going to have Friday Fuckery. We're going to be talking about first dates and some issues with first dates. And that's going to be tomorrow here on the Depth Tourism channel, 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. Be here. I'll talk to you later.